The night the starving boy reached out, the engines were already cooling, the alley already sinking into shadow, and the biker already turning away when a small, shaking hand caught the edge of his jacket. The words came out thin and fragile, barely louder than the rain tapping metal, a plea for bravery that did not belong to a child but somehow lived in his ribs. Something unseen waited on the other side of that request, something that would test more than courage and pull an entire brotherhood into the light, and the answer was still hanging in the air. If you believe in kindness and second chances, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Only Kindness. Your support keeps stories like this alive. The biker's name was Rowan Hale, a man with a scarred knuckle and a reputation heavy enough to bend rooms. He had ridden with the Hells Angels for years, carrying miles in his bones and a tired patience in his eyes. That evening, the city smelled of wet asphalt and old bread, and Rowan had been thinking about nothing more than the long road home. The boy was called Micah, all elbows and hunger, wearing a jacket 2 sizes too big and shoes that had learned to apologize to the pavement. He had followed the bikes for blocks, not for thrill but for hope, because he had heard stories whispered in shelters and soup lines about men who looked like storms but sometimes brought shelter. Micah's fear was not loud, it sat in his stomach and made him brave in a quiet, desperate way. Rowan did not ask questions at first. He watched the boy's eyes track every movement, measuring danger like a second language. Hunger had carved Micah's cheeks, and cold had settled into his hands like a permanent resident. Rowan felt the old pull between walking away and stepping closer, the tension that defined most choices that mattered. He knelt instead, lowering himself to the boy's level without touching him, and in that moment the world narrowed to a shared breath. Micah needed someone to stand between him and a night that had been cruel too many times. The request was simple and impossible at once: be brave for me. What followed was not a rescue that happened quickly or neatly. Rowan brought Micah to the warehouse where the chapter met, a place that smelled of oil, coffee, and history. The men and women there were not saints, they were people who had learned to survive hard weather and harder lives. Rowan told Micah's story without embellishment, laying out the facts like a map that demanded a route. There were murmurs, crossed arms, old judgments surfacing like stones. Trust had been broken before, and help had sometimes turned into trouble. Yet hunger has a way of cutting through arguments, and fear, when seen up close, can soften even the most guarded edges. The first challenge came quietly. It was easy to offer a meal, it was harder to offer safety. Micah had been sleeping wherever shadows were kindest, running from a past that did not want to be found. Rowan took responsibility, a word that carried weight in that room. He did not ask for permission, he asked for backbone. One by one, the members leaned in. Someone fetched soup, another found a blanket, a third made a call to a clinic that did not ask for paperwork before compassion. The night stretched, and with it the sense that something larger than habit was taking shape. By dawn, the decision was clear without being spoken. 217 riders answered the call not with noise but with presence. They split tasks like seasoned workers, each piece small and manageable, together unstoppable. Food was organized, clean clothes found, a doctor visited without cameras or applause. A quiet corner became a temporary refuge. Micah slept for hours, the kind of sleep that only comes when the body finally believes it might wake up safe. Rowan sat nearby, keeping watch, wrestling with memories of his own boyhood when bravery had also arrived in borrowed forms. The days that followed tested resolve. Paperwork tangled, old threats resurfaced like ghosts. There were moments when fear pressed back, when it would have been easier to retreat into the familiar armor of indifference. But the chapter held. They showed up to appointments. They stood outside offices with crossed arms and steady eyes, not to intimidate but to insist that a child mattered. They learned Micah's favorite food and the way he flinched at sudden sounds. They learned patience, the slow kind that rebuilds trust brick by brick. Change did not arrive as a miracle, it arrived as routine. Meals at the same time. Check-ins without judgment. Laughter that surprised everyone when it slipped out. Micah began to draw again, filling pages with roads and wings and faces that looked less afraid each day. Rowan saw the boy's shoulders lift as if a weight were loosening its grip. The chapter saw themselves differently too, reflected back through a child who had expected nothing and received more than he could name. Near the end of the month, a small ceremony took place that no one would have recognized as such. Micah was enrolled in a program that promised stability, education, and care. The riders stood back, letting professionals take the lead, knowing when to step aside was also a form of courage. Micah hugged Rowan without warning, a brief, fierce connection that left a mark deeper than any scar. Bravery had moved from borrowed to shared, and then to something the boy could carry on his own. If this story has touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Only Kindness. Your engagement helps kindness travel further than any road. Before the ending, we ask you from the heart to comment below and tell us what courage means to you, or share a moment when someone was brave for you. As the bikes rolled out that evening, engines humming low, the city looked different to Rowan. Not softer, not safer, but possible in a way it had not before. 217 riders had answered a whisper with action, and a starving boy had reminded them that bravery is not always loud. Sometimes it is a hand held steady, a door kept open, and a promise kept long after the applause fades.